Good morning, friends. Welcome to our lecture series of BSc first year in the paper of diversity of cryptograms. Today we will be studying the organism known as the lichens. The very first question comes in our mind, what are lichens? Where do we find lichens? How is the morphology of lichens? What are the significance? Whether there is any economic importance of these lichens, and how does these lichens see? In the case of lichens, we have to keep one thing in mind, that lichens are the associations of the fungi and algae. By bonding these two organisms, lichens are being formed. These both of the organisms, such as algae and fungi, in the relationship, they help each other in the various ways. In case of fungi helps the alga in the form of providing the water and so on. Mostly the lichens are observed on the standing tree, on the trunk of the tree, and hardly on some of the rocks. The superficial growth is fabulous of the lichens. Symbiosis relationship of the fungi and the algae are known as the lichens. So friends, today we'll go for the general characters of the lichens. Lichens structurally organized and permanent symbiotic association of fungi as well as algae. Whereas the branch where lichens are studied is known as the lichenology. Fungal component of lichen are known as the mycobiome, whereas algal component of lichen are known as the phycobiont. Interaction or association of the organisms where both the partners are benefited mutually. Fungi protects algae from the unfavorable condition such as drought or less water. Algae in turn supplies organic food to the fungi, whereas we know that algae are autotrophs and they are capable to produce their food. The prepared food is supplied to the fungi. Such type of symbiosis is known as heliotisms. Now, throughout the worldwide, we see these lichens. 500 genera and 13,500 species are being recorded up till now. Lichens are not seen grown in the polluted area. You may also say that the lichens are indicators of the pollutions. Though they can tolerate in extreme heat and They can tolerate the long years of snow also. Occurrence of the lichens are seen on the tree trunk or tree barks, decaying woods, and on rock also. Lichens which are grown on the stones are specially known as the saxiocolous. Those who grow on the tree barks are known as the quartiocolous. Lichens which grows on the leaves are foliocolous, and some of them which grows on the surface of the soil are known as the teriocolous. So these are the four types of the lichens according to the growth pattern on the substratum. Some of the lichens are seen as a aquatic. Riander moss. This lichen is seen in the tundra region, Cladonia. In Himalayas, higher hills of South India, lichens are found. Due to highly pigmented, various types of colors are seen in the lichens, such as yellow, bluish, green, reddish, orange, sometimes light white, and many more. And coloration is due to the help of the algal pigment. Now, what type of the lichen body is composed? We know that it is composed of fungi as well as alga. Whereas the lichen belonging to either Ischomycotina, Deuteromycotina, or Basidiomycotina are known as mycobiont. Means we can say when the association of when the association of fungi is seen more, then we can call it as mycobiont. Whereas some of the alga, such as the member of Cyanophyceae, Chlorophyceae, Pyophyceae, Xanthophyceae, in association, then these lichens are called as phycobiont. Algae such as nostoc, Glyocapsa, Rivularia, Cladophora, and many more. Further, the classification of lichens according to the ICBN. Lichens are divided into three classes: Ascolichen, Basidiolichen, and Lichen imperfecti. Further, we'll be going to the crustose lichen. We'll see the characters of this crustolichens habitat, and its growth pattern. Flattened thallus, mostly found on rocks, soil, or barks. Crustose is found on three of types of the substratum, that is rock, soil, and bark of tree. Thallus may be partially or completely attached to the substratum. Sometimes seen very closely attached to the substratum. Licanoria and Licidia. This was regarding the crustose. Now we'll see the foliose lichen. Flat dorsoventral, leaf-like lobed thallus. Somewhat looks like leaf, or it has been seen like liverworts also, like bryophytes. Foliose is attached to substratum by rhizoids like structure called rhizines. There is difference between rhizomes and rhizomes. For example, Parmelia and Colima. The third one is fruticose lichen. This is well developed shrub like, seems to be shrub, branched and cylindrical, which grows on the substratum or also seen as hanging position to the substratum. Attached to the substratum with the help of the mucilaginous disc. We are aware of the fruticose lichen, that is example Claduna and Usnea. Now we see the reproductions of the lichens by means of sexual as well as asexual. In case of asexual, Pycnidia and Conidia are produced in the case of the asexual reproduction. Whereas of sexual reproduction, fungal component reproduce the sexually. Female sex organ is called the carpogonium, and this carpogonium is differentiated into two, basal ascogonium and trichogyne. Whereas male reproductive organ is spermagonia, which produce the spermatia. In lichen reproduction, now you can see on this slide that fruiting bodies of lichens, there are figures shown here. You see the apothecia, which is like disc shaped, and perithecia, which seems like a flask shaped. The diagrams and figures or the slides shown in this video series are taken from the Easy Biology class. They are not mine. I am courtesy to the Easy Biology class. I am just describing the contents and the diagram. Next, the economic importance of the lichens. What are the economic importance of the lichens? Lichens are pioneers of rock vegetations. In the weathering of soil, lichens play a most important role in the formation of soil. We have studied regarding soil also. Lichen is one of the most important aspects to form the soil from the rock. Xerac type of plant succession on rock. Lichens acid cause weathering of rock into soil particles. A type of acid is released by the lichen and it helps most for the weathering in the rock to become a soil particles. Lichens are ecological indicators for the pollutions. Lichens known as Cladonia grows luxurious in polar region, act as food surface for some animal such as reindeers. Whereas in polar region, these lichens are in luxurious growth. The vegetation is very vast and it is one of the fodder of the animal such as reindeers. Economic importance of the lichens, that is, it is also used as spice or condiment in some parts of India. The genus known as Primelia. Some of the lichens yield a dye called orchil or oricin or cadweer, which are used for coloring woolen and silk fibers, which are those Rossella, Licanora, and many more. Oricin is an excessively used chromosomal strain. It is used for the O banding of chromosomes. In the case of biotech or gene transform, this oricin is an used for the staining the chromosomes. Laboria pulmonaria is used in tanning, perfumery industry, and in brewing industry. So friends, today we have gone through the general characters of lichens. Lichens are the symbiosis of fungi as well as algae. Relationship is stable permanently throughout the life. Algae provides the food for the lichen for its survival, and in return, the fungi helps in the drought or when the water content or molecule is less. This association of the both organisms makes the lichens. Habitat of the lichens have been seen on the stem, on the bark, on the leaf, on the rock, as well as on the soil. Most of the fungi, such as Ascomycotina, such as Deuteromycotina, the fungi are embedded in the lichens. Lichens further are classified into three types: Cruticose, Foliose, and so on. So, friends, this was regarding the general characters of the lichens. We have also seen about the reproductions and economic importance of the lichens, how the economically lichens are useful in staining, dyeing, uh, in chromosomal dyeing stain. There are few of the species from that species, particular species, the dyes and stains are extracted. With this, today I finish my general characters of lichens. Rest of the part will be seen in next video series. Till then, thank you.